All right, so we're diving deep today,
Hmm.
and I'm really excited about this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's an article called Hand in Hand with Nature Again. Have you heard of it?
I have, yeah, by Zeynep Gülşen, right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
piece.
and it was inspired by another article. I think it was called Generations Alienated from Nature, I think by Fethullah Gülen.
Right, right.
And this whole idea of, humans and nature, like what's our relationship? Where do we fit in? How has that changed? It just really, got my wheels turning. I wanted to explore this more.
It's a fascinating topic for sure.
It is. So Gülşen, she kicks off the article with this analogy, and it's so captivating.
Okay, I'm listening.
Nature is a three-dimensional book, she says.
Yeah.
Full of, all these amazing colors and crazy shapes. And it made me stop and think about how rich the sensory experience of nature really is.
Oh, absolutely. We always talk about nature's beauty, right? But it's more than just what we see.
Yeah.
It's the sounds, it's the smells, everything. Think about like the wind rustling through the leaves or, birds chirping, the scent of like pine needles. Like it's a full-on sensory immersion.
It's true, yeah. It's a completely different world from our phones and our screens and everything.
Exactly. And you know what Gülşen points out? A lot of us, we're missing out on all of this.
Sadly, yeah.
We're stuck inside, glued to our screens, and we're becoming, as she puts it, this stuck between four walls generation. Does that resonate with you at all?
It does, yeah. I mean, think about it. If we're constantly bombarded with information and stimulation from our devices,
Right.
can we even appreciate the quiet beauty of a sunrise anymore?
I know. It's like we're becoming desensitized to the wonder of it all.
Should we? And the implications of this disconnect, they go way deeper, right?
Oh, absolutely. Gülşen argues that this detachment from nature can really affect our well-being. It can stifle our creativity and even, make us lose our sense of wonder.
It's almost like we're losing a part of ourselves.
In a way.
And it's not just an individual thing, right? This is cultural. This is even spiritual.
Exactly.
Gülşen talks about how nature is woven into our history, our culture, our faith. It's all connected.
She uses some really compelling examples from the Quran, like the mountains being described as anchors for the earth.
Oh, yeah.
And the oceans as like pathways for ships. And, it's fascinating because these aren't just poetic metaphors.
Yeah.
They actually point to this deep understanding of humanity's place in the natural world.
Right, like we're part of this larger ecosystem.
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but reading that, it really made me think about my own background,
Yeah.
how my own cultural upbringing has shaped how I see nature.
I think it's important to reflect on those things, where we come from, how it influences our view of the world around us.
Definitely. But in our modern world, are we losing sight of that connection? That deep connection to nature that our ancestors had?
That's what Gülşen seems to be saying, and she makes a good point. If we lose that connection, we lose the wisdom that nature holds. She talks about nature's inherent harmony,
Like everything in balance.
Right. Everything working together. She uses examples like rain, how it revitalizes the earth,
Yeah.
and sunlight fueling photosynthesis.
It's that perfect ecosystem. Everything has its place.
Exactly. And she argues that we could learn a lot from this when it comes to our own systems.
You mean like our social, political, even economic systems?
All of it. Nature thrives on interdependence, on balance, but we often prioritize, individual gain over collective well-being.
And that's where we get into trouble.
Right. So the question is, how do we bridge that gap? How do we get back to that harmony?
Well, Gülşen, she suggests rediscovering nature's museum. She talks about walking among trees, just, observing leaves, really taking it all in.
Especially with children, sharing those experiences.
Yeah, being present in nature, not just, passing through it.
She calls it listening to nature's language.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
It's not about literal words, of course.
Right.
It's about paying attention, noticing the patterns, the rhythms, understanding the signs.
Like how birds build their nests.
Exactly. Or the cycle of the seasons.
Yeah.
Even recognizing, like, the signs of a storm coming.
It's about developing that deeper understanding.
Through experience, through direct connection with nature.
Because honestly, if we don't make that effort, we risk losing something really profound.
Absolutely.
Gülşen argues that this detachment from nature, it leads to a loss of peace,
Yeah.
a loss of inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And she even mentions Mount Hira, a place that holds a lot of spiritual significance. It's like nature can be a catalyst.
For deep reflection, for insight. Haven't you ever felt that sense of clarity when you're surrounded by nature?
Oh, totally. Whether it's a walk in the park or a hike in the mountains, there's something about being in nature that it calms the mind.
It gives you a fresh perspective.
It's like hitting the reset button.
And it reminds us that reconnecting with nature, it's not just about, leisure or enjoyment. It's essential for our well-being.
It's vital.
It is.
It really is. As we wrap up this deep dive, I think the takeaway here is clear.
I agree.
Gülşen is urging us, all of us, to get outside, engage our senses, rediscover the wonder of nature.
And as you do that, think about this. What language does nature speak to you?
It's a powerful question.
It is.
I encourage everyone to check out Gülşen's article. Explore these ideas further.
See what resonates with you.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe you'll uncover some amazing insights.
You never know.
Thanks for joining us today. It's been a great conversation.
It really has.
Until next time.
Yeah, see them.
Bye.
Bye.